Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem, Jane. I am so excited. I just can't hide it. But mostly from the bottom of my heart, I am so unbelievably grateful. I am now making my very first video from a brand new iPhone that was bought and brought from America. Thank you, God. I have been tremendously handicapped and limited in not having a functioning phone to make proper videos and to be out and about and make videos to all of you, especially also now with this current war with Iran. So yeah, I'm sitting here. I mean, the camera is extraordinary. You can literally see all of my freckles. But anyway, this is going to be a personal update for those asking, and also a current news update for all of you regarding what's happening here in Israel, because I realize, and that has been because of camera issues, old phone, that I haven't been able to make updates before. But as you know, Saturday morning, the American military and the Israeli military started the operation against the evil regime in Iran. And within the first blow, so to speak, Israel took out the supreme leader, the defense minister, the chief of staff, about 40 of the top leaders in Iran. And right now, the Israeli military just released another message saying that they are striking hard of regime targets in Iran. They have been doing that now since Saturday. The Americans are doing it too. You hear that sound that makes you shiver down your spine. We haven't heard that sound since last summer. But at 8 a.m. this Saturday morning, the siren went off here in Israel, and then we knew, here we go. In a way, it was a relief, because we have just kind of been walking in circles, and I've been speaking about this. We've been walking in circles because we saw how the regime was brutally murdering their own people, while they're still racing to create the bomb of all bombs so they can annihilate Israel. So we knew these negotiations were going on between the Americans, between America and Iran. Benjamin Netanyahu is on and off, flying off to America and meeting with Trump and that administration. So we were just kind of waiting and knew something is going to come. They need to do something. And it's been a difficult time to kind of plan things here in Israel. But it all began on Saturday. And they have been striking thousands of targets in Iran ever since. Iran has been firing into Israel and to all the Gulf states, American targets and bases and airports. There's been casualties, unfortunately, amongst the American soldiers. I'm sending my condolences to them. So here in Israel, on and off ballistic missile attack from Iran. And of course, when they are firing into Israel, they are also firing against all the Arabs living here in Israel. They have to run for cover like the rest of us. What happened a couple of days ago was that 9 people were killed when a missile strike struck around an area, protected area in Bet Shemesh. And actually 3 siblings, 2 girls and their brother, were killed in that attack. 3 teenagers were killed in that attack. A mother and her daughter were killed, and I also believe a mother and her son was killed horrifically in that attack from Iran. I think the death toll right now in total is on 11 people who has been killed here in Israel because of the bombing from Iran. With this new phone that I have got, I now have the Homefront Command app on my phone. So this morning, 6 o'clock, that's the sound that sends shivers down your back. When you hear that, no matter what you do, you stop everything you're doing, and then you need to go for cover. So that was 6 o'clock this morning. I'm currently staying, my home is this one room. I have been looking for an apartment. I had been hoping to find my own apartment before this war broke out, but it came early or I didn't find a place. So my whole house, my whole home right now is this one room. So of course you feel very constrained, and it's not the same as you are in your own home and you fill up your pantry and you have your own fridge and you have your own freezer. Here I have barely one shelf in a refrigerator, so you can't really have that much provision. So it's a different experience for me this time around. So I want to share with you a little bit about what it's like to live here during that, because I have been here now for so many years. I have been here through so many rocket and attacks and all of that. But basically, I've been home and reporting about it. But the other day, I had just gone to the supermarket. And that's the peculiar situation living like this, because you know, at any given moment, Iran can try to murder you. And Hezbollah has joined the war against Israel. So at any given moment, no matter if you're sitting on the toilet, if you're standing in the shower, if you're in the basement, if you're doing brushing your teeth, you're doing whatever you're doing, you know, the red alert can go off and you need to find shelter. So is it impacting you? If I say no, that's a lie. It cannot help you. It cannot help not impact you. But I was in the supermarkets, in the local supermarket up here, a mix of Jews and Arab. I'm currently staying in East Jerusalem, and I'm just finishing up. I brought my trolley and I'm getting all my food down, and I hear the ballistic missile warning going off on people's phones, and then you know, oh, it's coming. So I go over to check out. I started putting all my goods up, and then they say over the loudspeaker, you need to leave. You need to find shelter, go in the parking garage, or go find a bomb shelter. So people start leaving. I'm hesitating a little bit, and then they're saying again in the speaker, you know, you need to leave. So I start walking, but I barely make a couple of steps, and then they came back and said it's a false alarm. Oh, okay. So I pay for my goods. I need to have 2 shekels back, and then you hear the siren, and now everybody has to go. So I had all my goods in my trolley. I go outside and people are just running from all sides, not in any frantic way, but they are running to the bomb shelter nearby and they are running down to the parking. And so did I, just standing there waiting together with other people, being interrupted in the midst of doing your shopping. Yesterday, like I said, I had gotten this new phone, but I needed to set it up with the SIM. I didn't know how, so I didn't have a choice. And yesterday the light rail was back up running. So first I went out to Pisgat Sev in a couple of phone stores. They couldn't help me. So I went back on the train and all the way into the center of Jerusalem in a couple of different stores. They also couldn't help me. They said, call your phone provider. And people were out and about, and shops, not all shops are open, but some shops are open, the essentials, and cafes were open, and people were sitting enjoying it. It was sunny, it was a beautiful day. The police were patrolling up and down Jaffa Street. And I had just finished doing some shopping, and I'm passing the big post office on Jaffa. And then here comes the siren wailing out of Jerusalem. And I see people come from all directions and they are running down to the underground parking on the city hall. So I also walk over there and I was filming, and there's this big strong police officer who says, stop filming, go for cover. So I go down and I'm standing amongst police officers and other people, and then we have the loud explosion and interceptions literally just above me. I recorded videos about it. I shared about it yesterday on my social media, right above our heads, above City Hall in Jerusalem. And then I walked over to the light rail, and the light rail is functioning. But when there is a siren, it has to pull into the nearest station, and everybody goes out and have to find cover. So as I approach that, people are still waiting now, and we are waiting for the light rail to get the clear sign of go. And I also made a video about that, so you can see firsthand what it's like to be here. So people are out and about. We don't have a choice. Life goes on, and you have to understand something. Even though that we are under attack, what the Israeli military and what the American military is doing right now has to happen. We cannot live with that existential threat of this modern day Haman and the Iranian regimes in Iran who is butchering their own people. So I am saying thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, for such a time as this, that you are in charge and you're willing to do what needs to be done. This acts of evil. So like I said, commonly The supreme leader, gone. This whole leadership is gone, just like Israel took out Nasrallah, they took out Sinwar in Gaza. So it's extraordinary what the Israeli military is accomplishing, what they have to do because of the enemies that's surrounding us and that wants to annihilate us. So that was just a little bit of an update of what's happening here. 6 o'clock this morning, I woke up again, ballistic missiles over my head. We do not have a bomb shelter in this old apartment. It's in the basement. It's a small, cold place. There are no provision or anything. So I stay in my room or I go film on the balcony. And I'm doing that. I'm not afraid in all of this. I'm doing this because someone has to show to the world what it's like to be here, to be girly boots on the ground, to show the missiles and everything coming in. So you have a first-hand view of what's really happening here. Of course, I want to end by saying that Israel would be a whole lot more attacked if it wasn't because the Iranians are busy attacking American targets here in the Middle East. So it's not over. And right now, the Israeli military is bombing extensively against Hezbollah targets in Lebanon and extensively against the Iranian regime in Iran. And I can testify to that because we have the Israeli military flying above Jerusalem. So I am so grateful as I'm sitting here with my brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max with a lot of capacity. It's a really good phone, and I needed that so I can be out and about, go live and film and report to all of you for such a time as this. So pray for Israel, and it came out last night, even though we are in this state of emergency and we are in this limited reality right now where people can't work and school and all of that. And right now that's current running up till Saturday night at 8, and then they'll determine if they're going to extend it. But it came out last night that they are opening Ben Gurion Airport tonight, the night between Wednesday and Thursday, and slowly, gradually, they're going to start getting the airport up and running. There's a lot of tourists here. I have one right next door who was supposed to fly back to Hong Kong today. So there's a lot of tourists here who's waiting to go get home. And most importantly, there's a lot of Israelis who want to get back to Israel. So I will keep you updated about that. But that's good news, again, depending on the whole security situation. So for such a time as this, thank you for caring for me. I want to say thank you to those who reach out and say, Jane, I just want to, how are you? Or people saying, I just want you to know I'm praying for you. Or saying, Jane, I just want to know in the midst of all of this, I can't imagine what it's like to do all of this again, but I just want you to know I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, or how can we help? It means more than you can ever imagine, especially after we have been through all of this since October 7. So for those of you who are thoughtful enough to reach out, it means more than you can understand. So God bless you, and thank you for standing with me and for Israel for such a time as this. Bye.